All right, ladies and gentlemen, let's talk about areas. Now, what is this shape right here? Just yell it out. What is that shape right here? Square, very good. What is the area of a square? Base times height. Does anybody have an alternative formula? Height times base would also work. Does anybody have an alternative formula beyond that? Side squared. What do you think, guys? Okay. Now, if I have this, all I have to give you is one number because why? Why do I only have to give you one number? What? They're all the same. So I'm going to say area equals 4 times 4, which is 16. There you go. Now, number 2. This is a what shape? Rectangle. What's the area? Length times base, or base times height, or however you want to say it. It's just length times width. Now, in this case, 4 and 6, I have to give you two numbers. How come I got to give you two numbers? They're not all the same. That's right. So here we go. Area equals 4 times 6. The answer is 24. Okay, so with 24, we have an area. In this case, what shape is it?
Triangle.
Triangle. What is the area of a triangle?
Area equals half times height times base.
There it is. Half base height, half height base. Very good. Now, in this case, let's go 4 and let's go 6. 4 and 6. What is 4 times 6, Mr. Dameron? 24. I love it. Now, so what is 1/2 of 4 times 6? Do you know what 1/2 of 4 times 6 is? Half of 24 is 12. All right. Now, ladies and gentlemen, you'll notice in the rectangle and in the triangle that we have the same height and we have the same base. But when I put them together, this 24 is exactly twice as big as this 12 because a triangle would be like a rectangle cut in half. So there we go. That's how we come up with the formula for this. Now, how come I can just use 4 and 6 on this particular triangle? How come I can just say 1/2 of 4 times 6 on this particular triangle? What's special about it? It has a right angle. If it has a right angle, I can use the two sides. What is not true about number 4 here?
It is a triangle.
It is a triangle, but what it is not a what? It's not a right angle. So I'm going to have something like this. If this is 6, the height is going to be in here. Somebody give me a reasonable number for that height. 3. Okay, 12 would be a little bit on the big side, I'm going to be honest. But the area formula, if I have a height and a base, is no more challenging. It's simply 1/2 3 times 6. And what's 3 times 6? 3 times 6 is 18. What's half of 18? 9. Very good. So there we go. Nothing too challenging as long as you're given the height. Sometimes the book will do this. And they'll give you little dotted lines to tell you what the overall height is, and they'll put it out here rather than down the middle. Okay, what shape is number 5? Rhombus. A rhombus. Now, for this rhombus, let's give it to you this way. Let's go 6 here, which, by the way, means what's these other sides? 6, 6, and 6. Now, but the height is not going to be 6. Let's make the height 5. How do I find the area of a rhombus? Area equals base times height, if you have it this way. So 6 times 5 is 30. On the other hand, if I had another type of rhombus, we could use the diagonals and go 1/2 D1, D2, but we'll get to that in a little bit. So hold that thought. This is a what shape? Parallelogram. Now, with a parallelogram, it is also area equals base times height. And so if I have 8 here, can I use a 3 if it's on this side? Can I use 3 to find its area if it's on the side?
Sure.
I heard sure and I heard no. Which one is correct? Yes is a whole different answer. You cannot use this 3 because it does not make a right angle with the base. We need something that makes a right angle. So draw a line down, and I'd have to either be given this or find it. Let's assume it's 2. So in this case, area equals 8 times 2, 16. Now, over here, what shape is this? It is a trapezoid. What's nice about this trapezoid, though? Has a right angle. So if I have a 5 here, a 6 here, and an 8 here, what sides can I use? Oh, wait a minute. I need one more piece. What piece of information? I need the top. Let's make the top a 7.
No, make it a 6.
Okay, he prefers a 6. Let's make it a 6. Now, this will be stuff you'd have to be given to begin with. So what is the formula for a trapezoid? Area equals base 1 plus base 2 all over 2 times height. So we have 8 plus 6 over 2 times, what's the height that I would use, Mahan? What's the height I would use in this figure? 5. How come I'm using 5, not 6? 6 is angled. Very good. So 8 plus 6 is what, Marcelo? 8 plus 6. 14. 14 divided by 2. 14 divided by 2. 7. 7 times 5. 7 times 5 is 35. There it is. Down here, what do I have to be able to find this area? Top and bottom. What else? I need a height. So here we go. Let's make it a 3. And so in this case, the formula is the same. 6 plus 8 over 2 times the height. And the height in this case is 3. So I have 7 times 3 is 21. Now, that brings us to a couple other shapes. I will give you this online so you don't have to copy it down any further. Next, this is a what kind of shape in number 9? It's a kite. So for this kite, I need to finish drawing in the structure of the kite, and that's going to give me diagonal 1 and diagonal 2. So if I tell you diagonal 2 equals 6 and diagonal 1 equals 10, the formula for this is 1/2 d1 d2. Area equals 1/2 d1 d2, so area equals 1/2 of 6 times 10, so 1/2 of 60 is 30. Now, let's go over here to the circle. What do I need to be able to find the area of a circle? Radius. Give me a reasonable radius to use, Gregorich. Give me a reasonable radius. 4, she says. What is the formula for area of a circle? Milligan. Don't know. What's the area of a circle? Yes, Bree. Pi r squared. Thank you. So Billy, fill it in. Area equals pi times. In our case, what's our radius?
R squared.
R squared, but what's our radius here? 4. Good job, Ridge. So 4 squared. What's 4 squared, anyone?
16.
16. So I take pi times 16. Now here's the problem. If I go to a calculator and I take 16 times pi, pi is a number that never ever ends. So what do I use as an approximation for pi? Thank you. Very good. 3.14 times 16. Answer is 50.24. Now, this next one, everybody pencils down, look up. If this is a regular polygon, that means all the sides and all the angles are the same. If all the sides and all the angles are the same, I can find the area with A equals 1/2 AP. Now, if each side is 5, how many sides do I have on this shape? 8. So the perimeter is going to be 5 and 5 and 5 and 5 all the way around. And what's the total perimeter? 5 times 8 is 40. So all I need is the apothem, and the apothem goes from the center, meets the side at a right angle, and let's make that 6 units. So 1/2, 6 times 40, and so here we go. 6 times 40 times 0.5. I get 120. So that is examples of finding areas of all regular two-dimensional shapes. So from there, we will pick it up in the next piece.